Fortunately, it's sad to say that Nigerian football is officially dead. But before I go into the doom and the gloom and all the tragedy that it's involved with Nigeria as a whole and Nigerian football, let's jump into other exciting things. There were a lot of games during the weekend, a lot of interesting things in the world. So let's talk about them. The EPL is there, the AFCON, other matches there, and Asian Cup too. So,
hello, sports fans! Your most anticipated sports brand is in town. Click Sports. Click Sports is your one-stop sports platform that gives you a day-to-day insight on happenings in the world of football, basketball, and combat sports, both locally and internationally. We offer various services such as sports event coverage, player profiling, studio shows, program production, sports academy management, and more. Visit us on all our social media platforms at Click Sports. Subscribe to our YouTube and WhatsApp channel at Click Sports and get the latest gist, information, and insights on topical sporting happenings at the grassroots and on the big stages. Contact us today for sponsorship, partnership, and collaboration on 0806 529 6575 and 0907 273 3517. Click Sports. We explore the games. Are watching Click Sports. Click to explore the games.
Yeah, guys, you're welcome to Click Sports. My name is Shannon Habu. And without any further ado, guys, as usual, let us jump into our talking points for today's video. So, in the EPL, what did we see? A few teams are on break. Arsenal are still away in whatever, is it Dubai that they are with Arteta? Arteta is eating meat off salt-based hand. Like, how do you eat another man's meat? Sorry for that. Sorry to say that. I hope that kids are not watching, but you don't eat another man's meat. Arteta, the Arsenal fans do not approve. I do have to point that out. When you come back to the EPL, make sure you beat Crystal Palace. If you don't beat Crystal Palace, that meat that Salt Bay gave you, bros, you are a suspect. So the games we had during the weekend, thankfully for us, we still have City in the EPL. They didn't travel. Probably they are back from their journey. United are preparing for their own winter break, but they were still there to give us some exciting games. So the first one that happened we saw was Newcastle against Man City, and wow, I feel this was the game. Personally, I believe this was the game of the weekend. Exciting action. We saw Man City were able to rescue a 3-2 win. We saw goals from Bernardo Silva scoring in 26 minutes. Alexander Isak also equalized. He was on fire during the game as well. Caused City a lot of problems. Anthony Gordon doubled the advantage for Newcastle, but it wasn't to be, man. The king is back, guys. Kevin De Bruyne. De Bruyne came on with a goal in 74 minutes and assist. So let us look into that. So the return of the king, Kevin De Bruyne. Kevin De Bruyne hadn't seen the Premier League action in 5 months before tonight. Out for 5 months, but it took him just 5 minutes to make his mark. He scored with a low-phasing right foot drive before setting up Oscar Bob for a wonderful late winner in injury time. The fans screamed, "Oh, Kevin De Bruyne" from the stands as they reveled in the return of their charismatic hero. De Bruyne. From the opposition side, Eddie Howe caught a frustrated figure in his post-match interviews. Obviously, who will not be sad about that? But even he took time to hail the brilliance of Kevin De Bruyne. Despite disappointment at his team's late loss, he described KDB as a world-class player. And of course, he's right about that. You understand? We were all dreading this moment. Everybody was even. Your club made a statement a few weeks ago. Everybody is panicking because Kevin De Bruyne is on his way back, and Kevin De Bruyne is back. And Man City are now officially the favourites to win the EPL title. From the way it looked. But his real feelings were clear to see on the pitch during the full-time celebration as he embraced one of the top flight's greatest players ever. So basically, was a great game for them. Yeah, player of the match, Rodrigo was player of the match. The guy was colossal throughout the 90 minutes, in my view. It will come as no surprise given the level of performance he's been producing for several seasons now. But his display on Stein's side was irresistible in all aspects. Breaking up play, instigating attacking endeavors, forward, backwards, ultimately leading by example. Rodri is the man. And over the last year, we've seen how important it is, the defensive midfield role is to a team. With Rodri, you've seen the money that Arsenal brought out just to sign Declan Rice. You've seen what Chelsea did with Caicedo. These guys are, So with City 2-1 down, heading to the closing stage, you could see this stunning Spanish star, Rodri, that is, driving the team forward physically, vocally, emotionally. His example ultimately spurred the team on to 3 points with players like him in the team. It's no surprise that Man City are enjoying the success that they've been having for the past few years. And then Guardiola had a few things to say. I mean, according to him, the game was a really good game. Sometimes it is better winning that way for everything. Incredible team that way. They played with huge personality. They showed me that they want to be there to fight until the end, and they want to retain the title. So you can see that the man is happy with his team. Nothing pleases the coach more than to see your game plan, your strategy, your tactics being executed to perfection, and to also have players like Kevin De Bruyne who, even when the tactics are not going the way you expect it to, they can just do something for you and then deliver you. So I mean, everybody would like to be in Guardiola's shoes. If I was a coach, I would love to be Guardiola. Happy for the man. He also had a few things to say on KDB and also Bob's impact. He was a little bit upset and grumpy with him because he didn't score from the free kick. When opponents are more tired, Kevin and Oscar provide another pace at the end. Oscar's was a fantastic goal for the control. We were really impressed in pre-season. I knew from information from the second team he was special. When Kevin has the ball and we have runners, Kevin is unique in the world. But the finish by Oscar, I am so happy for him. So this is Pep Guardiola basically giving his take on Kevin De Bruyne and Oscar Bob's impact on the game as a whole. So Oscar Bob also had a few things to say on the win. It's an amazing feeling for him. Of course, he's a young man. His first ever EPL goal is probably the biggest feeling for him in a long time, and this will also help him forge ahead with his career and also go on to do bigger things. It's an amazing feeling just watching from the bench. It was a high tempo match, according to him. When I got the shout that I was coming on, the manager told me to go on and score. Thankfully, he did that, and good for him. So good for them. In the other game, the other exciting game for me this weekend, we saw United play out a 2-2 draw. Very exciting 2-2 draw, I must say, against Spurs at Old Trafford. So it was a great game with goals from we saw United open the scoring with man of the match Rasmus Højlund, Richarlison back on form again, scoring as people expect him to do. Richarlison in the 19th minute was able to equalize. Marcus Rashford scored, gave United the lead again the 40th minute, but the turn of the break, the 46th minute, Rodrigo Bentancur equalized, and that was how the game remained. But it was a very interesting game. Lots of shots. Spurs had 16 shots, superior shots, 16 to Manchester United's 9 shots. Although United just had 2 out of 9 on target, and then Spurs had 6 out of 10, and both teams were able to score goals. So on average, if you look at it, the percentages, United were technically more efficient. If you actually look at it, but still, Spurs had most of the possession as always, 64%, United 36%. So we clearly see who actually dominated in the game, who dominated possession, who pushed the other team back more, who was pressing more, who had more of the upper hand during the game, and who was doing more of the playing. So United were more on the back foot, but still they were able to still score 2 goals. So it shows that there is something there. As Eric Ten Hag said after the game, there are glimpses there that United are making the progress that they need. And nothing shows that a team is good or is good enough to do something than when you don't really play well, but you're still able to get those goals. So good for them. Basically, United are making the progress that they need. Okay, they are growing. It's not going to be smooth sailing as always, but there is a team that there's something there. They just need to keep working. Trust the process, like Arteta said to Arsenal fans, and Arsenal have been doing over the last few years. You have to trust the process. The same thing with Chelsea, same thing with Newcastle, the same thing with Tottenham. You have to trust the process. All this idea of changing managers, sacking managers, trust me, you already have a manager that has shown that he knows, he's intelligent. Okay, so give him the time, support him, encourage the players to keep doing better, and yeah, good for them. As for Spurs too, of course, yeah, I might be an Arsenal fan, but I do appreciate good football, and Spurs are one thing that I like their manager a lot. I like that, and I like the way they are playing, and I like the fact that even like this was not the full Spurs team. There was no Son. It was basically Timo Werner, Richarlison, Brennan Johnson, Højbjerg in midfield, Bentancur, and Oliver Skip. This has not even been the starting. These are not the guys who started. These were not the guys who started the season for Spurs when Spurs were even on form and on top of the table. Those guys were Maddison, Sarr, and what's the other guy's name? Can I forget his name now? Bissouma. But this is the second string. Most players that most people even don't even regard or even rate, especially Højlund and Skip. Bentancur is, for me, is better than Sarr, and eventually I think when the midfield shapes out, we will probably be seeing Maddison, Bentancur, and Bissouma. But still, like the second string, it shows that yes, that there's something also there too. So people have to also be wary of Spurs. You understand? You don't just write them off like that because of a few drop in form. Now they're back and they are so good for them. Very exciting EPL season. The competition is real. It's mad. It's crazy. Like nobody, but as it is, as we always evidence, like Man City always find a way to always Man City and Liverpool. But yeah, good for them, good win. That is it for me in the EPL. So what about the standings? What is the EPL table saying right now? So as things stand, Liverpool are still on top, 20 matches played, 45 points. Manchester City are just right behind, 2 points behind for 3 points, 20 matches played as well. Aston Villa on the other hand have played 21 games but for 3 points, on the same as Man City. So Man City and Liverpool have a game in hand on Aston Villa. The same with Arsenal. If Arsenal have play 20 games, have 40 points. If they win their game in hand on Aston Villa, they go up to the same point on Aston Villa, and most likely with a much better goal difference. So most likely Arsenal will be in third when everything falls into place for everyone. Spurs 21 games, 40 points. West Ham 20 games, 34 points. So yeah, United 21 games, 32 points. So everyone is doing their part. Newcastle, who also played 21 games, 29 points. So and they're sitting in 10th. So yeah, Chelsea are still in 9th. Brighton is in 8th. So yeah, let's keep seeing how things go. You know, up and down, up and down. That's the EPL for you. Exciting stuff. So yeah, we'll go over to the AFCON. The African Cup of Nations is here, guys. And yeah, it was a great weekend. Interesting results there. Ivory Coast delivered. The hosts, they opened the show with a win. They did what was expected of them. Briefly, Egypt, which is what adds to excitement. You understand? We expect Egypt to win, and you understand, just see, but they drew, they struggled. So this also contributes. It's also good to see a team like Mozambique come in and give the kind of performance that they gave, score 2 goals, and even nearly win the game, if not for Mohamed Salah's penalty in the end. So it's good. The AFCON is always exciting, and most people who talk about the AFCON, who were previewing the AFCON, always said that it's not this kind of tournament. It's not like Europe or in South America, where you know that Brazil and Argentina, in Europe, France, the regular big boys will always go in there and just fly through. So they meet themselves in the semi-final and quarterfinals and the final, and then they cancel themselves out. In Africa, it's a lot different. The big boys don't beat the smaller guys easily like that. It's a bit more difficult. The competition is more. You can say maybe the quality is lacking in certain aspects, especially the big boys. The big boys still need to do more to improve themselves. You understand? Basically, I'm talking about grassroots football in countries like Nigeria, Ivory Coast, Egypt. They need to do more to improve and produce better quality players, and not allow quality players from these countries go to Europe, countries like France and England, and all help them. So that, but overall, it's still good. It's still good. Like for a while, I've not even been impressed with African football, but I love even watching not even watching the whole stadium, the whole coverage of the whole thing. It's beautiful. These are beautiful stadiums, clean, very well developed stadiums. So I like the whole. Everything is like we're going somewhere. Just that we need to improve and we need to take it. We need to take it to a much higher level. So yeah, Ivory Coast were able to win 2-0. Good for them. They sit top of their group right now. Nigeria, unfortunately. Let me leave Nigeria let me go to Group B. Egypt, Mozambique. Egypt against Mozambique. What happened against Egypt and Mozambique? They drew 2-2. Mohamed Salah, the story basically, Mohamed Salah had to score a last-minute penalty to save the game for them. So Egypt, you guys need to work on your game. You need to improve. Me personally, I know that yes, they have Salah, but I don't really put Egypt in the same class as an Algeria, and in Morocco in terms of winning the AFCON, because I feel like those teams, they have more players all over the pitch in different areas, players that are playing at good teams and are making name in Europe compared to Egypt. Egypt is just Mohamed Salah and maybe Elneny, and Elneny is on the bench at Arsenal and Egypt. So Egypt, yeah, well, I'm not surprised with the draw, so they can pick themselves. The one I'm really surprised about is Ghana. Ghana, how do you lose to Cape Verde? How does Cape Verde beat a whole Ghana? Ghana that I was putting hope on that at least they will even give me some excitement in this competition with likes of Mohamed Kudus, Tariq Lamptey. Let's look at the lineups. Who do we know that are players that are serious players that shouldn't lose? Mohamed Salisu, top player playing for Southampton. I don't know where he currently is now, but this guy is a good player. He should not be losing. Jordan Ayew should not be losing. Semenyo at come on. Ghanaians have players. I don't like, it's disappointing. So Ghanaian fans, Ghanaians should not be happy, you know that. So you need to fix yourself up. But yeah, the main talking point of today's video: Nigeria, Naija. Oh yeah, now Pesero and the boys. Oh yeah, if we should come and sit down, let us talk. So basically, like I said earlier, Nigerian football is dead, and it's not as if I'm overreacting because of an ordinary, a small draw, wasted chances. The game, if you really analyze the game, what you can really say about yesterday's game is that we should have taken our chances. But this is not a problem that's starting. This is a problem that has been going on, in my view, since as far back as, let me say, for me, 2010. Okay, we did okay in 2013. We were able to win the AFCON, but I felt like that was an anomaly. Yeah, we had a good tournament. The players rose up to the occasion, but the last 10 years, last 14 years, 2024, we've been gradually declining football-wise. Okay. Yeah. Right now, among people that review the national team of Nigeria in the world of football, everybody can see that we have a golden generation in terms of our strikers. But that's where it stops. Okay. The only thing we have to show that we can compete with the rest of the world are our strikers: Victor Osimhen, Victor Boniface, Taiwo Awoniyi, Ademola Lookman, Gift Orban, who is nowhere to even be found. Iheanacho, I don't know what Iheanacho is doing in the championship with Leicester. How can a whole Iheanacho be in the championship with Leicester? Is that the level? But this Chukwu these are the guys, these are the only guys, and maybe Ndidi, who might still rescue his career and get out of Leicester. These are the only things we have to show, like in terms of like, and out of all of them, it is still only Osimhen that is really there. Like, you can really say Osimhen can walk into any team in Europe, any of the top teams in Europe. Osimhen can start for France. He can start for England. He can start for any team. He can start for Brazil. He's that good. And the rest of them is good enough. So why do Nigerians have such huge expectations when you don't even have the tools to go and get that which you want? Okay? A whole Nigeria, you don't have a midfield. You don't have a defense. You don't even trust your goalkeepers. Okay, Nigerian football is dead. We need to salvage our football. There is so much. I'm going to make a separate video for that, just Nigeria, so that I can explain, go into it. But just for this, I'm just going to say this. Okay, we need to work on our football from the grassroots down to the top. All those billions and all that money that the NFF has seen, the sports ministry, the people that are supposed to be there to develop our football to the standard it needs to be, so that these big chairs that Nigerians have, that this arrogance that we have, that we feel like we should always win everything. Okay, it needs to be used well. We need to get to work and we need to fix our football. If not, forget it. Nothing for you guys in Nigeria. You are just like your colonizers, England. Yeah, but the English have done the work and you can see the results now. English players are dominating everywhere now. Jude Bellingham, all of them. So England have left us behind. We are still playing for 4-4-2. Are copying our colonizers with their long-range football. Only kick ball to winger, run, shoot, cross, boom, head ball. Nothing, no control, nothing, no organization, no tactics, nothing. Just rubbish everywhere. So anyway, we'll discuss this more. So thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed the video. Yeah, see you guys in the next video, and thank you very much. Please don't forget to like and subscribe and share too. Please, thank you.